Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Know About Embedded Systems. In today's video, we're going to understand what is the startup code and what is the significance of startup code and what the startup code will do in the microcontrollers. All these things we will see in this video. Watch this video till the end because I'm going to show you one real-time startup code during this session. So before starting the video, if you're a new viewer to my channel, kindly subscribe my YouTube channel, click on the bell icon and share this video to your friends and your colleagues. Let us start the video. What is startup code in a microcontrollers? So guys, this startup code is again one of the most interview asked question, because in the most of the interview this question appeared: what do you mean by startup code and what is the use of startup code? So basically startup code, the name itself says the startup code. That means it's an assembly language code, or it is going to be an assembly language programming, and with the help of this assembly language programming, or with the help of the startup code, we're going to initialize some of the mandatory parameters. What are those? That I'll explain later. So now if you see the definition, the startup code will run as soon your microcontroller resets. So this is the first program, or a first software program which will be running after your microcontroller resets. The startup code is an essential, it's going to be an assembly language programming. That code runs immediately after microcontroller powers on or power when it enters to reset. So what are the functionalities the startup code will perform? The first and foremost thing is these 5 parameters. There are 5 major important things it's going to configure by the startup code. The first and foremost thing is vector table initialization. The startup code, as soon your microcontroller resets, it will enter into a startup code. Inside the startup code, the first and foremost thing what it will do, it will initialize your vector table. The first main task of startup code is to initialize the vector table in a proper way. First point. Second point is it's going to initialize stack and heap regions. The second major task of your startup code is going to initialize stack and heap regions. And third important thing your startup code is going to perform is initialization of BSS and the data segments of your RAM section. And if is the fourth point, if there is any system initialization is required, then that is also will be performed. Okay, so these are all the 4 major functions it is going to perform: vector table initialization, stack and heap regions, and your RAM initialization such as the data segment and BSS segments. And if there is any system initialization is required, that is also will be performed. And finally, after performing all this, your main function will be called. So like this, there are totally 5 major components that startup code is going to execute in the startup code execution. Okay, so I have already explained. This is your the flow, how the microcontroller will enter into a main program. The first one will be power on reset, second one will be memory aliasing, third one will be your startup code. It's also called as reset handler. So the third step, whatever you're seeing, this is called startup code. And in this startup code, as I already told, one will be stack pointer initialization, stack and stack pointer both. Okay, not only a stack here, the stack pointer initialization, and then stack initialization, heap initialization will be done. Then vector table initialization and memory RAM region initialization, nothing but data segment and BSS segment, both will be getting initialized. And if there is any clock configuration is also required, that also will be done by the startup code. And after execution of all these things, your main function will be called, and when main function called, your processor will jump to main code or user code to start executing. Okay, so this is a flow of a startup code. Now what I will do, I will show you one startup code example. With that we will try to explore some more things. So currently whatever you're seeing on the screen, this is one of the startup file which is defined for LPC your NXP based microcontroller. You can see here the startup code which is defined for LPC 1768 microcontroller, which is developed by your NXP. Okay, the first point. Now if you see here, as I told you in the previous explanation, the startup code is going to initialize heap and stack segments. In the previous explanation I told you. So how, you can see here, so this is your stack initialization, this part whatever you're seeing, the stack size, how many bytes you want to reserve for a stack, and according to that you can initialize your stack region. Similar to that, you can also define for a heap. You can see the second segment what I'm going to highlight here. So as of now, the heap is not initialized. If you want, you can initialize similar to the stack how they have initialized. So third important thing, as I told in the previous explanation, vector table initialization. The startup code. So first it will be stack and heap, next one will be vector table initialization. Now you can see here, this is called your vector table initialization. If you still go down, so there are different interrupts. You can see these are all your exceptions. So this is the starting point of your exception, and it goes on. Still there are many vector initializations are done. So here the stack pointer will be getting initialized at this point, and then the second exception is a reset handler, then NMA handler, hard fault, memory management, and it goes on like that. Okay, and you can see here this is your peripheral interrupt and its handlers. So you can see till here the vector table initialization. So this part whatever you are seeing, which I'm highlighting right now, so this is your the third part, that's called vector table initialization, interrupt vector table initialization. Reset handler execution. Under this, we're going to initialize your data segment, nothing but a dot data, and then BSS block, and also we're going to jump to the main program. So how it will be done? Again, it's assembly language programming. So currently, whatever you're seeing, this is your reset handler. And in this reset handler, we have defined different functionalities for each operation. Okay, so the first function, whatever you're seeing on the screen, is system initialization. If you want to initialize any special initialization, that you need to do it. So this is a function actually. The system init is a function, and that function address we're going to load to the R0. Then we're going to jump to that particular address. Okay, so in this way you can do the system initialization as a first as a one of the functionality under reset handler functionality. The second important thing under reset handler is data segment data segment initialization. You can see this is the function. This part of the function, or this part of the startup code, is going to take care initialization of data segment. Okay, so we're going to take the initial address, a point or source register, then destination register, then end byte. Okay, then we're going to load the source address, destination address we're going to load, and then end memory location also we're going to load, and then we're going to copy the initialization, nothing but data which is initialized. So you can see here the pre-initialized variables. So because whenever you're running the microcontroller, so if some definitions, some declarations, some initializations we will be doing in the coding, those things we're going to take it into the data segment. This is also one of the functionality of your startup code. Then, so initialization of BSS, nothing but the memories, some under BSS section we're going to initialize to 0. You can see here this part of the code. So this part of the code is going to define your BSS initialization. So now zeros of BSS section we're going to initialize. Again, same thing. So load your source address, load your destination address, nothing but starting point and ending point. You can load it, and you can compare both are equal or not. If not, you can just initialize to 0. You can see here. So I'm taking R0 with a 0 value, and I'm going to just load it to the pointer which is pointed by the destination address. So whatever we have seen in the slide, you can see stack and stack pointer initialization, vector table initialization, data segment initialization, dot data, then BSS. If any clock is required, that also will be done. And finally, the after execution of all these things, the control will jump to the main program. So now finally, after doing all these things, the program has to jump to the main program. You can see here. So this is your main program. Okay, so using this, R0 will be loaded with a main program address, and from that you're going to jump to the main program. This is going to be last part of your startup code execution. Okay, so in this way, your startup code will perform 4 to 5 major things as soon your microcontroller resets. So one will be your stack and stack pointer initialization, heap initializations, and then vector table initializations, DSS, nothing but a data segment, BSS initialization. If any system requirement, if system initialization is required, that also will be done. And finally, the main the control will be jumping to the main program. So these are all the main functionality of your startup code. And very important topic, this question or this type of questions also you will get in a interview. So I hope this video is clear to all. If you feel this video is a informative video, please subscribe my channel, click on bell icon and share this videos to your friends and colleagues.